Hey, good evening, folks. We're here for another bout at the Big O 2019 over here in track number 2. I'm Speaker of the House.
And I am RPG. I'm so happy to have all of my non-player characters listening to me right now and joining us on this wonderful stream.
So we've got a couple of teams here. One's from Pullman, Washington. The other from Santa Rosa, California. Palouse River Rollers are the ones from Pullman. They're ranked 143. They are as follows. Number 11, In the Hood, 606, Filipino. Number 123, Jester, 19, Chrissy, Curb Stomp. 22, Sharkbait. 247, Lecturally Active. 27, Don't Care Bear. Number 3, Crackin' the Whip. 33, Sin with a Grin. 505, Codebreaker. 57, Crackin' Skulls. 69, Weird Al. 84, Megatron. 90, Whiskey Smash. And 919, Bruce Lee.
And for the Sonoma County Roller Derby All-Stars, we have number 0, Rowdy Bout It, number 1729, Lucille Balls, 1935, Foxy Trotter, number 22, Sonar, number 23, Lethal, number 3, Toe Furious, number 335, The Hotspot, number 479, Swole Destroyer, number 5, Buzzkill, number 50, Shira Badass, number 504, Louisiana Slamma, number 76, Killer Riz Manic, number 777, Grits, number 7950, Renegade, number 888, Gidget Gardo.
All right, everybody's already set on the track, ready to go for this one. Just over 20 seconds left. So, both of us, we're from the South, so, we don't really get to see these teams very often out here in the West Coast. So it's going to be a bit of an adventure for the two of us, and I'm excited to see teams I don't really know anything about necessarily.
What I do know is that, talking with Sonoma a little bit earlier, they do scrimmage with Sacramento fairly regularly, the two teams being, fairly local to each other and being in the same general area. And that's going to be fun to see, as we just saw Sacramento have a really, really good game just a few minutes ago.
Oh, and just a swing of the leg over there. That's going to be Rowdy Bout It out there for Sonoma. Sonoma in the blue with that kind of pink-purple accent, and in the black will be Palouse. So already got first lead jam out of the books. And I was about to say, for a minute there, it looked like Cracking the Whip was going to be heading towards the penalty box. Decided, no, it's just a recycle. We're going to come back into play. Helmet cover is off as we are now rounded about, and one more step through now. Rowdy Bout It, putting up 4 points onto the board.
It does look like we have a star pass for Cracking the Whip, handing it off to Sharkbait, for Palouse River.
Yeah, it's one of those names I really like, Sharkbait. I mean, there's just something fun about that name. Just to hear it and to say it, given it an opportunity. So already taking first strike here. Sonoma County, 8 points onto the board. All right, man, yeah, and Sonoma County's ready to go. Already have 4 blockers standing on the track, ready to go. Jammer there right behind them. So we have a little talking to over here real quick. Coming over, got our official coming right in front of us to our scorers table. So we're going to just go ahead and take a quick official. I think there might have been they're having a problem with the game clock there. You can see it on your screen. Still says 3:01, so we added a second at the start of this game. We've gone back in time. There we go. Clock now set at 28:47. Hey, while you're online, use the hashtag BigO2019 in all your tournament posts this weekend. And hey, after you do that, go by and visit derbywarehouse.com for all your derby gear needs with free shipping and free returns. All right, got everything sorted out now. We have 2 jammers, all the blockers that are available, and that is everybody as our penalty box is clear. This is going to be 504 Louisiana Slamma out there against number 90 Whiskey Smash.
Whiskey Smash turned around, trying to get through backwards, going chest to chest with that looks like 888 Gidget Gardo. Doing a great job blocking.
Just basically right there, just rode up on the back. Whiskey Smash kind of did a full force spoon there against the Sonoma blocker. Right now up front, just continuing to try and drive it forward as Louisiana Slamma trying to break it, and does ring the outside and just runs out of that turn into the straightaway. A little bit of a speed up the pack now, trying to make sure they're not going to get pointed, is Palouse, trying to get that forward as he's going to slam it, coming through, zigzags, pops through, turns the corner, looks to the bench, and finally gets the flying formation or flapping wings, or I think that's a call-off.
Call-off.
I'm watching the coach over here, like really trying to set to flight. So just 3 points on that one. Good job by Palouse to run it out, letting their jammer buy time to get back into the pack. Yeah, it's one of those moments. I love seeing the two jammers. I mean, they're just crouched so low, or there we go. You can see them on our camera, our skating visuals in the way there because they're dived down so low. So that's going to be Megatron and Shira Badass out there as our jammers. Of course, once again, Palouse in the black, Sonoma in the blue. Yeah, both jammers trying to go a little side to side, backwards and forwards, out from edge to edge right now. You've got to wonder if over time that's going to end up wearing them out. But, in the early goings, they have it. And now we finally have Palouse grabbing their first lead of the evening as a hard spill at the backside of the play takes out Shira Badass. So we're continuing to speed it up around this track, flying one more time, coming in through the second straightaway. Going to go, initial straightaway, trying to find the second straightaway now. All that speed, Sonoma doing just what Palouse did just the jam ago, going to run it out and force call-offs.
The pack's really speeding up, though, after we get our lead jammer, really making it hard for those jammers to catch back up and get the full four. You saw that last time, too.
So we got Sonar out there alongside cracking the whip. We're already going 4 deep now for Sonoma. Already jostling for position here, back on our jammer line. Oh, and trying to drive it out there. Using a little bit of positioning there is cracking the whip, getting the pivot to come back, and now the opposing pivot for Sonoma trying to do the same thing.
That was 123 Jester, actually, with really good awareness as a blocker, not letting the other blocker draw her jammer back any further and just saying, nope, you're done.
Yeah, and that actually worked out for him as we have cracking the whip already getting out there at lead. So kind of trading off leads here in the early going. Now the question is, can Palouse have an opportunity to really turn it over into some, multiple points? Yeah, driving around now, going around that initial apex, already into the second straightaway, just trying to drive forward. Oh, a huge sweeping hit coming in there. You just said that number, 123.
I have a feeling that's one I'm going to say quite a few more times tonight.
So I think this is one of those moments where the pivot stripe isn't just somebody who runs as a pivot, but yeah, it's basically I do things. I do lots of things. So quick multiplayer, though, now going to take off to the penalty box, though, so we're going to lose our skater out there. Jester going to take a sit, not stopping the defense, though. They're continuing to grind it out against Sonar. Ooh.
Star pass to Grits, 777 for Sonoma County. That was a really sneaky, low-handed pivot, just came right up behind her, grabbed it, and they kept moving.
Yeah, really wasn't fooled, though. Cracking skulls, able to get up and under and ditch to the outside. So now here we go. We had the power for a moment there. It's going to end as now Grit's going to have an opportunity to finish this jam with just 9 seconds left to go. And back in is cracking the whip. So we're going to finish, see how many points were in hand when that jam ended. So it's okay. You give it to your pivot. Your pivot gets 2 points. Not too bad. Opposite 4 for Palouse. So, Palouse able to survive the power jam opportunity for Sonoma. Already kind of a pretty hot game so far right now, RPG. I mean, there's a lot of physical action, a lot of skating, whether it's forward or lateral. There's just these wheels are getting a little bit of use. So we're going to have Rowdy Bout It, Whiskey Smash. Those are going to be our jammers. They have all players available to try and stop them, and I say that, and we lose our pivot out there for Palouse. That's number 11 into Hood.
Sonoma starting back at the top of their jammer rotation with Rowdy About It picking up lead jammer for Sonoma.
Yeah, Palouse setting already here in turn number 1. Ow, Rowdy About It trying to play the angles. Does not win it. Getting ridden out on the hit by Don't Care Bear. So both jammers now to drop back deep here, going past the jammer line all the way back to turn number 4. A smile on the face of Whiskey Smash. Kind of like, all right, why don't you come out here and join me now, into Hood.
Well, using her as a battering ram certainly seems to have worked, as that was a very quick initial pass once she had some offensive help there.
A nice little low down up and under block there coming from Bruce Lee. So yeah, a whole lot of action. Only one more point on that pass of the track. So just 5 points total, 6-18. Yeah, man. I mean, we've rattled off 8 minutes and 24 points total. I say defense. Defense is being played.
So much defense. It's actually a lot of fun to watch. Some of these games, they're really low scoring. These jams actually going long. We've seen so many fast jam games. I think earlier today I saw a 29 jam singular half.
Wow.
Which is just those hit it and quit it. So this has actually been interesting as we start seeing these longer jams. You're drawing it out. You're getting a lot more defense. I say that. And of course,
we get the quick
the
out.
immediate lead.
Yeah. Yeah, Kilipino, first time on the track, got through rather quick. But, here's the thing. You're seeing this. This is where the hard points are coming. You made it through. It's like I say, you beat me once, shame on me. You beat me. I mean, shame on you. You beat me twice, shame on me. So there's no shame on me coming out here from these defenses. I mean, it is just basically these one and dones. 2 points. That's what we get. Had a full lap lead with a little bit of extra time. The defense played strong, only surrendered 2. Yeah, starting to turn the numbers over again on our jammer rotation. We're going to have number 84 out there, Megatron in the black for Palouse All-Stars. And standing opposite, wearing the number... I just lost the number. She's got so
3.
low there. Wearing the number 3 out there. That's still furious. Yeah, they're getting so low at that jam start. I was like, well, I know they got to be wearing a number somewhere. And, yeah, getting ridden out hard there. Once again, that's Don't Care Bear just tracking to the edges and finishing quite well. So we're going to lose ourselves.
Megatron coming out of the pack, no pass, no penalty, so is not lead. Toe Furious being called lead, and her bench furiously telling her to call it off, but Megatron is already scoring points.
Yeah, you called it. Just, got in the mix. Just got to go ahead and take it. You're going to give up the points, so might as well see if we can match them off here. Oh, bottled everybody up to the outside, and then Megatron said, thank you for opening up a huge inside edge. So both have cleared it and going ahead and get the call off here now. So, better to end it off with a 4-4 than a potential, 2-0 or 3-0. So just basically ends up being a wash jam there for both teams. So good job by Palouse to go ahead and just keep it moving and getting in there fast, to force that, to make them have to continue to play it out. So we're going to have an opportunity for another 3 back out on the track. Of course, they're wearing black. That's Palouse Rivers cracking the whip. Standing alongside 479 Swole Destroyer. So, yeah, both teams now, we saw it. They're starting to go pretty deep over here as Sonoma into their jammer core and wins the lead as well. So, I mean, that's not bad when you can run 6 different people out there as a jammer and your 6th person wins lead. And there goes the star pass. It's going to 123 Jester. Going to be your jammer now out there for Palouse River. And breaks the pack. Calls off the jam. Once again, RPG, just these one and dones. I mean, you can't really, rip off too many passes here so far. I mean, has anybody really done anything? Well, so we've had an 8 and a 5. Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Well, and one of the things that it seems both of these teams are really good at, they're really fast at reforming, going from defense to offense, and making sure they're getting back and getting that their jammer out, even if they're not picking up lead, forcing these fast call-offs. So it's either these really, really long times to get lead, or it's really fast to then have the second jammer come out.
Yeah, so here we are. We're back into play. Whiskey Smash, Rowdy Bout It. Lots of hit outs to the inside and the outside, and it's going to be Whiskey Smash breaking out, grabbing the lead. Rowdy Bout It having to pull it all the way back almost to the jammer line again as we get another drop back from Chrissy Curb Stomp.
Fans from Washington out there gonna cheer that jammer.
Yeah, like I said, it's the reforming. No matter what they're doing, they're reforming well. And so that defense is going to have to play even stronger as now low block is going to give an opportunity for Sonoma County in a power jam. But once again, that defense says, I don't care. My job is to stop you. My jammer scores points. If they're not scoring points, I still am going to just stop you.
Sonoma doing some passive offense right now, which is an interesting choice, as locked up as that was. But someone, I believe that's number 76. Kozarizmek, maybe? It's hard to see the numbers from here. But coming up, doing some great offense block, opening that all up. Rowdy Bout It ending up on the floor, but pushing through.
Yeah, ended up trying to look like making a call off there. Fortunately enough, I like that rule that if the jammer has to just look at you like, no, then it's okay. So nobody got going to fool any of these refs out here this weekend. Some fantastic officiating crews we've had. So like I said, since that lead jam status went to the penalty box, we're going to close out this last 18 seconds. Good stick and move there from number 23, Lethal. Yeah, once again, I've said it a few times, don't care bear, patrolling edges. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and end this 2 minutes. You can kind of see right there, Rowdy Bout It just looked up like, that was good. I'm good. I'm done. Somebody else, please. Yeah, all that, 2 minutes, all the bodies, all the hitting, 7-5. Yeah, defense. That's what we're going to say. 1931, and we have almost halfway through the first.
And we're going into jam number 10, and we're still only at 19-31.
Yeah. I'm loving this, though. I mean, I absolutely love because it is so hard to deny out there on the track. So we're going to have Kilipino, Louisiana Slamma. Kilipino trying to go back and forth, see if we can get a little zigzag, see if a gap in that defense might open. Tried to run the natural offense there off her defensive team's setup. Did not succeed. Trying to do the same up front as Louisiana Slamma. It's like, are you going to be up here? No. You're going to be up here? No.
Sin with a grin, dropping back, providing that offensive assist, but it does not pay off quite enough. Louisiana Slamma picking up lead jammer for Sonoma County.
Yeah, now here it is again. We're going to go and speed it up. Nobody wants to be the one to give up the point. Body hits the deck. Oh, a huge shoulder in there from Jester. And we said it, Jester, 1, 2, 3. Got to be saying that name quite a bit. 1 point. 2 and 1. Wow. That's all I can say. I'm
just checking on Ninja over here, but she seemed to pop right back up. Keep skating. So our refs got taken out with that hit as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of bodies doing things. So we're going to have a timeout now. It's going to go over there. So while we have this timeout, have you bought your tickets yet? I mean, you can't buy them yet, but you got to think about it. So on June 17, 2019, tickets for the International WFTDA playoffs and championships will go on sale. So mark your calendars now and get your tickets at WFTDA.com/tickets.
Just stop what you're doing. Pull out your phone. We're in a timeout. You've got time right now. Mark your Google Calendar, your Apple Calendar, whatever form of calendar you use. I need you to set a reminder right now so that you can go pick up those tickets because you know you want them. You know you want them. Oh, come on.
I want them to want me. I can't be honest. No, actually, what would be fantastic is if we have friends that don't live too far outside of Wilmington, North Carolina. So we could play a 2 for their RPG. But I'm a practical man. I'm 45. I'm practical. What are you kidding me? I'm in full dad mode. It's like, hey, who left the lights on in here? Are you paying for that?
I really, really hope that everyone on the stream can hear my eyes roll all the way back into the back of my head right now.
I can feel it. Oh, and really quick, rare moment. We have had an instant lead jam status to Furious. I mean, was probably equally as surprised as I was to go, oh, nobody wanted to hit me as I came down the line? Thank you very much. I'll take lead. Megatron still stuck out there on the track in the middle. Has only gotten to that initial apex as the bodies dump right there in front of our Zebra pack. Hey, pick it back up off the floor to Furious coming through and now being trailed by Megatron, putting the cap back on the helmet. Wow. Just kind of out of nowhere, boom, shoulder hit there from Chrissy Curb Stomp, just ending that jam. You mentioned our officials out there. We got Jesse Jackass, Pika, Chris Mays, Jean-Philippe Amon, Dilligaff, and X-Ray Ted. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good group. Oh, and we have one more out there. We don't have it written down here. I know the name, and I'm just blanking on it right now. Right there is one of our jam rats. Fantastic.
Well, I also think that we ended up with the wrong set of officials there because I see Spike, I see Coca-Cola, I see Ninja. I'm like, I'm not seeing the people that you're listing off right now.
I read that and I looked up myself. We have fancy people out here who are going stealth on us.
No, you're looking at the last game, I think.
Oh, maybe.
So, meanwhile, Sonar going up against Kraken the Rip. Sonar, lead jammer, spinning around, getting points, and getting direction to call off the jam, calling it off very quickly there. Going to get the full 4 and call it.
Okay, so you tell us who we got. I went so wrong there. How did I even get that?
So let's try that again. So Spike,
yes.
Roshark, Coca-Cola, Harlequin Davison,
I like Harlequin.
Ninja, Russ, and Elemental.
I'm not out there. I'm right here.
Also, we have Reed Rules, Tumbletina, Dwarf Warrior, Twerk Mama, Flourish and Blocks, Tuck and Roll, D-Baggins, Geoknitter, and Connie.
So we're going to have our first time out there, Foxy Trotter, 1935 in the blue for Sonoma. Taking the track. Wow, just going really deep is Sonoma into this jammer pool. So number 90, that's out there, Whiskey Smash, getting the long drawback now, courtesy of Shira Badass. Shira Badass actually got out there jamming earlier now, just going to go ahead and play long as a pivot here. Trying to get the track cut, drop back, didn't happen. Skate stayed in for Whiskey Smash. Whiskey Smash trying to just push it out, see if we can bridge it out to 20, make them drop, and I see the hands go up, so yes, it is. Lead jam status, but trying to not give it up right now. Oh, so everybody kind of pulled back. Shira Badass adroitly maintaining the contact as the packs recombined close enough to put it back into play.
40 seconds to a lead jammer, though.
Yeah, well, we've been saying it. I mean, look, like I said, I mean, you're looking at 63 total points scored here in 20 minutes. I mean, this is the other side of it. If you can't just physically stop them, you're just going to race enough to where they can't catch you. Good speed control from both of these teams, recognizing that, you can't point what you can't pass. And, sneaking it out there, 2 points. Going to go onto the board for Sonoma. Yeah, this is... I've seen a lot of disciplined games today. Nobody really trying to do anything over the top, go too far, go out of their gameplay style. Nobody trying to press any kind of, magic button to make something different than what they do. So we have an official review, camera on it, quick and fast, seeing the hand. So everybody's going to join in the middle, talk about things, sort out what we want to discuss, and we're going to let our zebras get at it.
Put some stakes between you and your opponent. Visit stakesware.com.
See, that's just every time I see that stakes, I just it's like you gonna put that on the grill? Oh, I need that on the grill, but you're not gonna get that. I wonder if it's like closed with steaks on it.
I don't know. I feel like after this game, I'm probably, or maybe at halftime, I'm gonna have to sit down and actually
want to see it.
Google this now.
Yes, I want to see that. So hopefully we'll have information on what we have as our official review. It's been like a fantastic game. So, I mean, RPG, where are we at right now on some of the numbers that are going on out here? I mean, who's right now kind of showing out and, maybe getting a few more passes in there, scoring? I know it's going to be hard for Sonoma with like 6 people. Right? What are we up to, 7 people now who've gone out there and jammed?
Of our 13 jams, we've got 5 multi-scoring passes.
Okay.
Highest scoring jam being 8. 8 points.
8.
Second highest, we've got an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5, a couple of 5s, and then a whole bunch of 4 and under. So no one in particular really high scoring. We've got 13 jams.
So we're
7 leads were for Sonoma, and so I think that's where you're seeing that point differential as we are doing a lot of these low-scoring jams, but Sonoma getting out, getting lead, and then calling it off fairly quickly, just more often.
So we're just kind of like, so we're it's like effectively we're kind of like those weekenders who go to Costco and just wander around taking samples until they finally add up to some kind of amount. I mean that's what this seems like. We're just taking samples of things. This is a flight of points, so to speak.
And then the other big thing is that we've had 2 big jammer penalties.
Yeah.
For Palouse that we haven't had any so far. For as far as a jammer who had lead then took a penalty, we haven't had that for Sonoma where they've lost the lead that they had already gained. And that makes a big difference when you have that kind of control, making sure you're maintaining it. When you lose that, you've now lost the control of the jam. And, the only decent part there is you've kept the other team from getting the lead, but, it's still 30 seconds that you're not able to put up points.
But, to be fair, if you didn't have lead and you took the penalty, it's not like they're going to call it off because you went and took the penalty. So, like you said, that's true. You lose control, and that's what a lot of this game is really about. It's about who controls what and when. In the early goings, you think, well, okay, a few leads we're not getting, a few leads we are. So going to go ahead and take the lead. Was able to establish foot in play forward of the blocker prior to going out, and the blocker did go out. So regardless, it would have still been a clean move forward, no penalty.
Very hard hit from Jester, but Jester followed through on it, making sure, digging yourself out as well.
Yeah, and that's part of the problem, too, when you go for those big hits. Sometimes you just cannot close it out. And big hit again, and foot goes out. So see if the awareness there, and it did have the awareness. So we're going to go ahead and take the no pass. Rowdy about it. Good heads-up play there because you really don't want to have to go back to a pack if you don't have to. Jester now taking the star, coming out. I'm sure Rowdy about it glad not have to take some more hits from Jester. Are they going to run it, though, here and see what Jester's going to do? I do see the hand twirl coming from the bench over here for Sonoma, so they want to see what Jester has as a jammer, liking what Rowdy about it's doing. And right there, genius move, coach. I'm going to say that now because it worked out for you. But I would have done the exact same. I like making jammers, who are hot, stay out there and track and make pivots, try to work it. And final chip out there coming from Kraken Skulls, forces the call off. Really like that choice there from Sonoma County. They had a moment. They went for the kill. They wanted to go ahead and finally see if they can stretch this lead.
And that pays off. Highest scoring jam so far, 14 points, which is crazy to say.
Yeah, even if you put the differential in there of 10 points, it still would be the highest scoring jam. But I think that's the game we're going to have for the rest of the way. 8:37 on the clock. We now have Louisiana Slamma and Megatron. We've seen these two match up quite a few times now. Both of them kind of going back and forth with who gets the lead. This time it's going to be Louisiana Slamma. It's kind of a lot of rattle about type of jamming right now, not really necessarily taking a defined line and trying to work something out as it is just seeing if they can get an edge advantage on these blockers. Wow. I really cannot figure out how Louisiana Slamma managed to stay in bounds on that. Was just repeatedly getting pushed out and just never quite was able to get those toe stops out and just ran it forward and called it off.
4 seconds to go in this first period.
Let's set the stage now for a re-jam here. So we're going to have once again, going back deep into the jam rotation. 479, Swole Destroya out there for Sonoma. We're going to keep it tight over here with Palouse River going back to cracking the whip. And it works out. Swole Destroya, 479 out front, taking lead.
We know how important that control is, but not only do they get their blockers.
Woo! Sweeping hit to try and run the O there. Coming from Sin with a grin. Works out in the end as now cracking the whip, able to get out there and help force a call off by speeding around the back. 4 points. So RPG, what are we looking at right now on some of these, on the leads we're getting out here? Because that was starting to see Sonoma, kind of run it off a little bit here. A few more leads. We were kind of trading it off there for a while.
Yeah, quite a few trade-offs back and forth. In the first 10 jams, it was 4 for Sonoma and, 4 for Sonoma, and then you had your 6 for Palouse, but the last 6 jams in a row have all gone to Sonoma.
Wow, yeah. I mean, it's, and that's where we've seen the differential start to climb now. Sonar, Whiskey Smash, there are jammers. Everybody's riding it out into the initial apex. Whiskey Smash trying to play the big leg toe stop. Does not work. Track cut now being signaled from the inside. So it's going to be a power jam opportunity for Sonar. Sonar throwing up the horns. Obviously a team signal on what they want to do here. So now we came in here, Sonoma was ranked 183, Palouse 143. Sonoma obviously not reading the rankings tables. Sonar trying to go to the outside, coming back to the end. Everybody kind of Palouse playing a little bit of a stacked defense now. Kind of that little 3-set forward. Now we've got it down to a little bit more of a classic brace 3.
Well, we had gotten down to 5 players on the track when entirely. We had a couple of blockers on either side down, and when you do that, it's hard to maintain a normal form.
Yeah, but I mean, my goodness, here right at the end, comes back in on to the track, was Whiskey Smash, called for another track cut. So we're going to have a power start now coming here for Rowdy Bout It and this Sonoma County All-Stars from Santa Rosa, California. I'm sure for Sonoma, this couldn't be a better start if they asked for it. Like I said, coming in under 40 ranking points from their opponent. And now, like I said, after such a close bout, starting to stretch it out now, 25-73. Tag hit. Coming on the outside and returning it there.
Cracking skulls trying to do exactly that.
Yeah. I mean, man, these aren't just hits that are just, moving bodies. I mean, they're throwing them 5 feet away from their initial position. But not losing space when it comes either. So here we go. Back into the mix, trying to find a weave way through that defense is Rowdy Bout It. Whiskey Smash out of the box. Coming in hard and fast, just jostles people up off their line.
Well, and Whiskey Smash really able to duck almost underneath a couple of arms there and kind of catch a few blockers, just that hair off balance to be able to, duck under and get around.
Yeah, that was one of those low leverage wins and just staying low to go through. So 4 more points into the game total for Sonoma County. So I'm going to be interested to see what we get here now coming in. So Sonoma County's got a really good run going against Palouse.
Palouse has not scored since jam number 10.
Wow.
And we're going into jam number 18.
Wow. So we have an official review. Wow. So I'm just going to keep saying wow.
Excuse me. They had 4 points in jam 14. But in the last 7 jams, they've gotten 4 points.
Yeah, see, it's the defense. We talk about the jammers, but that really is the defense putting the denied. So we're going to hear what this official review is about. Obviously, a quick response here. Not a lot of having to explain there from the Sonoma County coach. You always find these moments when you're when you've just had an official review and it's like, the coach is out there, the captain's out there, or at least the captain, the alternate's out there, and everybody kind of stands. It's funny. There are times when I was in that position, I would stand there, talk to some coaches depending on how it is, but other times, it's like I would kind of go off into my little Zen moment and just kind of talk to my player and kind of have our little coach moment, or go talk with the players and say, so if we get this, we're going to do this. If we don't get this, we're going to do that. So here we go.
It also depends on the tension in the game that's going on at any given time. Right now, it's still a pretty fun, lighthearted game. Nice and close, but a good feeling on the track, so a little bit easier to kind of sit down and just have a good moment with the other team. I have seen times where you just kind of watch them walk up and then watch them walk to each other's banks because it's just so tense, like they can't even hardly look at each other.
So we're going to have a no-win there, so the official review is not on the board anymore. So both teams tried to use their official review. Neither has won it. Now we have what essentially is a double release. Coming on fast is Kilipino right behind Louisiana Slamma. Louisiana Slamma trying to get low and find an edge, dancing on the outside, tapping those hips. And we are going to have, where is my other jam ref? There it is, 2 points. All right. 2 points going to Sonoma, able to at least stay in bounds on the outside. That's what you love seeing, those jam refs talking to the OPRs.
In that case, Ninja was the one with the best set of eyes on it, so that's who you got to defer to with your judgment on what those points are.
Yeah, always good communication. That's one of those things as coach too. If you see a group communicating well, chances are you might not win your official reviews because everybody's talking. Oh, and we do get it. That's going to come as a track cut courtesy of a drop back from Grits. So Megatron going to go off to the penalty box. Toe Fury is still battling that Palouse defense. Driving him out already into the second straightaway. One block to beat, and does. That was, of course, Jester. So, wow. I just looked up RPG. We have just under a jam clock left to go in this game. In this half.
Yeah, mini 45 left, 1 minute, 22 seconds left on the jam clock. Toe Fury is skating very fast, trying to make every bit of advantage out of this power jam.
That time, Grit's trying to get in there and open up some holes. Once again, right now, we've been seeing Palouse play a little bit, trying to play a little bit more kind of bang them down type of game, not quite as, I'll say they're not quite as collected as they were in the early part of this game, where you had multiple points of contact between blockers. Right there, big sweep around the outside edge, getting tripped down. Caught back up, though, was Toe Furious. You got to wonder now if Palouse River is kind of feeling this game slip away on them a little bit, trying to assert their will, so to speak, as defenders. You see that sometimes. You want to, if you're not able to get them, initially, you try to rattle them and get a little physical with them and maybe slow their pace down and get them a little bit back under control. I'll get it out here in a moment.
That being said, both sets of these defenders have been so physical.
Yeah.
But cracking the whip, picking up lead jammer for the first time for Palouse River since Jam 10.
Yeah, Foxy Trotter out there really, like I said, once again, deep bench for this Sonoma County team on the jammer rotation. So I'm going to be curious, are they going to try and own this lead and take the points in here, or are they going to look at the clock and call it? Hands were up there for a while. Thought we might get a call, but nope. Spinorama, and just does take a toe stop out, this crack of the whip. I'd like to see, I kind of would like to see Palouse River go ahead and own this lead here. They kind of need to take some of this momentum back into the locker room here at halftime. It's nothing better than putting points up on the board, but trying to deny that, though. She's a badass. Sonoma finally breaking through, has points on the board as well. Yeah, that tough reset to the defense there coming from Sonoma County. So here we go. After this incredibly close start, We're now looking at a 33-91, still incredibly low scoring game so far, RPG.
Yeah, we've had a lot of games this weekend that have been 300 points, 400 points by the time you get to the end of the game. So to be able to have something that's under 100 points, either team being under 100 points by the time we get to halftime has just been something we haven't seen very much this weekend. Very defensive heavy game, and we only had 21 jams. So again, this is one of the first games that I've been in all weekend that has slowed the pace down. It's really been a defensive game, and it's been all about who can really hold and control that defense.
Well, we're going to check our numbers. We're going to come back. We're going to see if there's gotten a little bit of coaching up there from the Palouse River coaches. So we'll see you back here in just about 9 minutes. Hi. We're back. I hope you are too. If you're not, you don't know I just said that. So.
And I am and have been RPG.
I will always be Speaker of the House.
And right now you are tuning into the Palouse River All-Stars versus the Sonoma County All-Stars. And fun game so far, a very defensive game.
Yeah. I'm definitely a fan of the defense. So we're going to go ahead and just give you the bad news. So here's our penalty totals. So for Palouse, it's 12. For Sonoma, it's 17. So that's a little bit surprising that they're being the more penalty-heavy team, but yet are having such a pronounced lead now. So, of those penalties for Palouse, you got 2 players with 3. There have been multiplayers, directions, and, of course, the track cuts coming. A lot of those going to the jammers. So on the other side for Sonoma, you got 1 player with 4, 3 players with 3, and kind of sort of between multiplayer and forums, but really it's kind of a veritable grab bag of penalties.
Yeah. For scoring-wise, you have 21 jams, 15 of the 21 being lead by Sonoma, which is a lot of where that point differential is coming from. You have Rowdy Bowdit, number 0, is by far our highest scoring jammer, 36 points so far, and we only had 8 multi-scoring passes in this. I mean, you can tell low score at halftime, meaning it's a very defensive game. So only 8 multi-scoring passes total, and Rowdy Bowdit having 4 of those 8. Other players of note, number 22 for them, Sonar has 13 points. 606 for Palouse River. That's going to be Kilipino being their highest scoring jammer with 8 points. So big difference in your highest scoring jammers between the two teams.
Yeah, you said that about Sonar, and I remember Sonar the first couple of times out just was getting just bottled up by that defense. But yeah, I had that one jam where I kind of got an opportunity to kind of whip it around a few times. But yeah, so we said the clean play from the jammers as well, and a quick spin-a-rama coming from Rowdy Bowdit. They're on the inside, crack of the whip, not far behind now. Oh no, I was seeing that whipping out, thought not far behind, track cut, gonna have, I just said it, we're not seeing the penalties go against the jammers for Sonoma. There it is, cracking the whip, going off to the penalty box, power jam opportunity. It starts to add up over time. If you're having to play the penalty kill defense out there for this Palouse River team, it's gonna end up wearing you down over time, because it's not that you're just having to stop the jammer. You're now also having to deal with offense. But right now, kind of a passive offense coming from Sonoma.
Pack definitely comes to kind of a slow down stop there. Turn 3, turn 4. Bridging from all 4 players coming in from Palouse, trying to hold Rowdy Bowdit back, but Rowdy Bowdit able to pick up 4 points for Sonoma.
Yeah, we just had Sharkbait take that star racing around, looking to try and speed it up and get through. Just about didn't get the call off, though. Rowdy Bowdit getting turned to the inside from Don't Care Bear. So 3 points. 3 points onto the board on that last turn of the track. 7 total, 98-33. I'm really anxious to see what Palouse River is gonna try and do different here, or at least maybe start doing again, since they were really successful there on the defensive side for quite a long time in this game. What they can sort out here in the second half. Whiskey Smash, Louisiana Slamma. These two have matched up quite a few times thus far.
Louisiana Slamma trying to find the outside line while Whiskey Smash up front, zinging back and forth. Sonoma County going to lose a blocker to the penalty box, but it's going to be Whiskey Smash picking up lead for Palouse River.
Yeah, I think Whiskey Smash, really energetic skater out there, really powerful too. Looks like Whiskey Smash could do a lot of things. Gone to the box a few times, so not been on the track to make it happen. Now making it happen here. Powered through, got up off the deck. 4 points onto the board. This might be the momentum change here in the early going of the second half that Palouse River needs.
Palouse River also doing a better job right now of forming that wall and really getting it formed and then making sure to keep the jammer back behind them. And they're much more successful when they do that. But when they sped up here into turn number 4 and that pack sped up, they lost that formation and lost the jammer in that speed up.
Yeah, Jester took the big hit, and then everybody kind of stood about and watched and did not reconnect and reform together. So, yeah, we did see that, there at the end of the first half. A lot of disconnected blocking. I mean, individually, you're doing a great job. But that can only, you can only do that for so long until this jammer is going to finally break you and get on through. Because, that's what they do. That's what they train for. That's why it's a 4-1 game out there. You need that numbers because a lot of times that's going to be your most efficient and tricky skater out there as your jammer. So now, pushed out Megatron, launched from the front. So that's 2 leads in a row now coming for Palouse River.
Toe Furious getting out of the pack, picking up a no pass, no penalty, but is eligible for scoring, assuming she can make up that half-track lead.
And Sonoma again trying to run it fast, not wanting to give up the points. Just going to get 1 point onto the board for Palouse River, but 1 point helps every bit in cutting back into the Sonoma County lead. And now, we've been talking about what
actually
Palouse,
that's being changed to 2 points as there is a skater sitting in the penalty box. So they did get the second point.
So we're having a little talk from the inside to our officials here on the dais in front of us. While we have an opportunity, if you're not listening to us, or when the game is done, why don't you turn it over to KLCC 89.7 NPR for Oregonians. And if you want to say something about what you're hearing this weekend, or if you want to hear what's being said about things this weekend on social media, they're working here, working hard, bringing you live tweets and Facebook coverage throughout the event to supplement this awesome live stream. I don't have Twitter. I'm proud to say I don't have Twitter. So I do not know Twitter. What goes on out there in the world.
I do have Twitter, and I am on Derby Twitter, so
nope.
Come find me.
Nope. I am. I had it for a while. I decided it's just information overload at this point for me, and there we go. Everybody dancing about. I think we heard an inadvertent whistle from the opposite track. Good job of the players to kind of recalibrate and realize, oh wait, that's not us. So a lot dancing around here at the back. Sonar, Kilibino, there's going to be our jammers. Just a reminder, if you're just showing up, it's Sonoma County in the blue and Palouse River in the black. Both teams are all-stars. Yeah, we're going to have it. It's going to be 3 in a row now. Was it 3 in a row? Nope. Recalibrate, recheck. Now it's going to be Sonar popping out of the front. Yes, a track cut call was signaled from the OPR. So once again, Palouse River catch it. Oh, good night. That was an absolute deadly shot coming from Kraken Skulls. One of those players who absolutely played to their namesake. I think I felt my teeth rattle on that one from about 20 feet away. So RPG, what do you think about this offensive choice that we've been seeing? From Sonoma coming here. I think this is kind of, to me, the one place in their game they're kind of lacking a little bit here this afternoon. I think they could be probably putting up a few more points.
Well, and it's a little bit interesting to me because it's the jammer calling the shots as to how the offense is actually going to assist her. Second penalty for Filipino.
Yep,
headed back to the box. But back to that, your jammer is actually calling one of the offensive plays there, and it's it's what the jammers, they're waiting on that jammer cue to actually initiate the offense. So I'm interested in the fact that that's the way they're handling it.
Yeah, having coached enough, been around enough, there are jammers I would definitely trust with that decision making, and there are jammers I would not. I mean, I'm just going to say it. They're just jammers I would not. I mean, you have some jammers out there that just have such a go mentality, kind of play such a, I am the Ronin. I am the, can go out here and, take all, come. I don't need anybody to help me. And, sometimes you just got to have it. So this time, Sonoma trying to play a little bit of the divide and conquer here at this power start. Rowdy About It just basically bending over the backs of this Palouse River defense, now trying to get up in there and sweep out and try to create some space. And maybe the problem is that you just don't get good enough coordination from the Sonoma County offense. Might be a lot of kind of getting away kind of people out there.
But I will say, Palouse River penalty kill
Yeah.
was fantastic here on this power start. I mean, they were able to hold them and still is holding her at bay. 45 seconds in, we still have no lead jammer. I say that just now, but still, 45 seconds is a long time for no lead in the speed and quickness we've seen all weekend.
Yeah, and especially in the power start there. But that time, Rowdy About It playing the math, using the trigonometry, finding the angles to advantage there. Oh, Filipino, cap in hand, gets ridden out there. That's number 50, Shira Badass. Once again, a lot of these pivots are right in the mix of all the action here for both of these two teams. So once again, we just saw, we see the teams reform, we reset, they all come together. That's what you want to see out of quality defense. That's what got us that really, low-scoring start to this game.
Going to be another one of these rare multi-pass scoring jams.
Yep, looks like we now have Sharkbait out as the jammer. Oh my goodness. Once again, trying to fly high and don't care. Bear says, I don't care.
Sharkbait getting that helmet cover put onto her helmet. And Sonoma going to choose to call it off 1 point on that last pass. So 9 points for Sonoma on that jam.
So going to add that last one, yep, making it 9. So, not bad by Palouse River having a power start there. Able to burn it off. Yeah, 9 points, you don't want to see that because of this game being the way it is. At 9 points actually is a very large jam in this game. I mean, this Sonoma lead has been kind of pretty much just chipping away. You build a monument, just one stone at a time, and that's what they're doing here.
Soul Destroyer pushing each and every one of those Palouse River blockers all the way out to their final end of engagement. Lead jammer going to Soul Destroyer. Star pass now to Jester for Palouse. Sonoma going to get the 4 and call it off.
I'm kind of like a little curious there. I saw a little bit of eyes being made on the inside after the star was passed. You can see Harley Quinn, Davidson just kind of looking, right there at Jester. They just kind of made eye contact and just kind of ended the thing. It was like, okay. So a little non-verbal communication there. So we're going to reset this. Everybody getting low, packed in tight here at the jam line. Whiskey Smash, Foxy Trotter.
Whiskey Smash going through the middle, picking up lead for Palouse River.
I was going to say Whiskey Smash doing just what you said, finding the gap and getting low to drive through the space.
But only a quarter track lead for Whiskey Smash. Foxy Trotter out of that pack. Pack does speed up into turn number 3. You can see there Sonoma County trying really hard to stay formed together.
So 1 point going for Sonoma. Palouse River grabbing 2. So once again, Sonoma County doing a good job of trying to race it out, run it out. Not gonna, it's like, why try to bang bodies and stop you that way when I can just run away from you to keep my points away? So yeah, they've been very good at deploying that, jam after jam when they've had the opportunities. So once again, ducked low here, tied up on the jammer line. Megatron, Louisiana Slamma. two similar kind of styles. They like to kind of weave back and forth until they can find an angle or a loose skater. And right now, that loose skater up front is going to be Jester, beating past the hips. Louisiana Slamma takes this matchup and lead.
Star pass is starting to come a lot faster and a lot more frequent for Palouse, trying to make sure that they're not allowing those multi-scoring passes. Jester again being the recipient of that star pass.
Yeah, that time Weird Al putting the shoulder in at the end to help force the call off on the outside edge. So yeah, 4 more points, 45-124, 18-44. If you're just listening and you can't see the information on the screen, 8 jams have already gone by here in the second half. So we're going to slide our jammers back out there. Once again, everybody just really packing up tight here on the jammer line. Both jammers wearing the number 3. In the blue, that's Toe Furious, and in the black, that's Cracking the Whip.
Penalty box empty for the moment.
Yeah, once again, trying to play that frenetic end out, end out, end out. Oh, and we have got now a penalty. Finally, we see one against the Sonoma County jammer to the benefit of Palouse River, and Cracking the Whip is going to be your lead. So very good, clean skating from the Sonoma County jammer roster. And there's a lot of them who've gone out there and done it. So that's you got to expect they kind of coach that up if you're going to see that consistency out of that many skaters. So what are you hoping to see out of Cracking the Whip on this one, RPG?
Well, right now I'm actually watching Bruce Lee managing to single out that one Sonoma blocker, not letting all 4 of them get together, not letting them fully form the 4 wall that they're wanting to, and doing really well at just kind of holding her. And sometimes just keeping that one person at bay can really make it that much easier for your jammer to keep skating. It also forms the pack where you are, and that allows the rest of your team to kind of play passive offense and let your jammer just string out all the way to the end of the engagement zone.
And once again, like you said, it seems like Palouse River really wants to run an active offense when they have the opportunity. Of course, that time Sonoma doing that usual, just kind of, run away, which is, it's smart. It saves wear and tear in your body. You don't have to try and stop a person to not make them score. I love seeing teams that really understand how speed control can really, be an effective defense. So here we are, set once again, tight on the jammer line. Whiskey Smash, Sonar. Sonar just, absolutely just throws the body into the defenses. No fear, just digs in, leans in. Right now you're seeing Whiskey Smash just trying to kind of twist and turn, kind of bounce and pinball around, just does an absolute just weave around the hips, able to get low and swing them around now. Whiskey Smash, Palouse River, lead jammer status, but only about a quarter of a track lead, ever diminishing as Sonar starting to come fast.
Each team losing a blocker to the penalty box. Going to be a 3-3 start at the beginning of this next jam. 0-0 jam.
So 124-53. I'm going to be interested to see when Palouse River kind of finally starts to try and own their leads. At some point, they are going to have to take that. If they can't start to really string together a large number of leads, they're going to have to start owning them. They're going to have to just run them, and let the chips fall where they may. Trust your defense. Let them get out there and do their thing. They can do it.
Rowdy About It going up against Kilipino right now. Kilipino trying to do a little bit of blocking as well, trying to find the opening, and is able to uses her own offense to do just a beautiful run up the outside line so fast. Lead jammer going to Palouse.
Well, and that was a great one. You see jammers do that sometimes, and a lot of times they just get caught up in their own play of defense.
But Kilipino was so patient.
Yeah.
She waited for the Sonoma County blockers to back up into the other wall and really lock themselves into where they couldn't get all the way back over. And it was just such a big burst of speed. That being said, Kilipino just sitting in the penalty box.
Yeah, I did not quite catch the hand signal there from the inside. It kind of occurred as players were going by my vision.
And that's going to be Kilipino's 3rd penalty as a jammer this half.
Wow. Yeah, and that's like I said, that's, I mean, just when you get some positive momentum, just a little bit of a self-defeating play gets out there and it just changes everything. So, like I said, you just can't see this Palouse River defense just withstanding that over and over and over. Big ups. I love blockers. I love what they do. But you can only ask so much from your team time and time again. No, it looks like we're going to have an opportunity there. So a low block now being signaled going against Rowdy Bowdit. I think Rowdy Bowdit doing the hop over, trying to stick that landing, stuck a leg out there, tripped into the bodies of one of the Palouse River blockers. So now we're starting to see some more penalties getting rattled off here as the forearm is going to be losing 777 grits off to the penalty box. So
Filipino.
I was going to say losing the blocker.
Filipino looking back at the scoreboard, trying to figure out if she has enough time to make it worth putting the effort into getting another pass, and looks back, takes the blockers off guard, and then sprints. Gets all 4 of those last points and finishes out that pass.
Yeah, I mean, but 15 points now. Sonoma, I mean, even when things aren't necessarily going right for them, they're kind of going right for them. So, yeah, we see an official timeout now coming from the inside. So, RPG, I mean, it's kind of like, what was the jam there in that first half where it really kind of like seemed to turn the page here? I mean, what jam was the last time where we had this game pretty much almost like a, even set?
Well, jam number 11 is where Sonoma started their big streak of lead jams. And that's really where it took off. Was just that control. Meanwhile, let me tell you about Hit This. Hit This Derby gear has everything you need to get rolling, from skates to protective gear and unmatched service for all of your derby needs. Before you hit the track, make sure you hit this.
So, it's like I said, it's kind of one of those things. I mean, people really forget sometimes the mental side of this game, how that kind of the buildup of things, even though Sonoma wasn't really getting a lot of points in that jammer streak, lead jam streak, it's just that kind of that, so to speak, playing from behind ever. But yeah, really coming out here now. Megatron grabbing lead again for Palouse River.
2 4-pack advantage will do that as well.
Wow, huge slide out here, almost all the way into us was Jester. A lot of speed picked up out of that turn. Trying again, Megatron getting around the edge, calls off the jam. Rowdy Bowdit does get in there and pop a point out. So yeah, it's I really do believe Palouse River. So 2 points, so 1 point advantage. I really think at this point we have 12-14 left to go in this game. Palouse River is finally starting to establish a lead streak, a standard here. They're gonna have to start owning these jams. I mean, even if it's not a question of winning the game, like I said, these two teams came in 40 ranking point difference here. So this really could hurt Palouse River a lot. Not only, losing to a team, ranked 40 points lower, but if you cannot pull this differential tighter, that can really sneak up on you.
Experience world-class edging with Radar Halo, available in a full range of hardness from 84A all the way up to 103A. There is a Halo for everyone.
So, I mean, when we see our thing about social media, do you do a lot of the social media when you're here at the games? I mean, do you get on the Facebook? Do you get on the Twitter? Do you talk about what's happening?
So, if I'm announcing, that's a whole lot to do all at once. So, I'm not normally checking it right in the middle of my streams. As a producer, you better believe I have my Derby Twitters and my hashtags all up, searching all of them all the time, because I love to see your cat pictures of you watching with your cat on the live stream. I love seeing all the people who are here in the house with taking pictures with the backdrop.
So we're gonna create a new hashtag. Cats of Big O.
I'm pretty sure that's already a thing.
I am too, but I mean,
I've seen a few of those already, I think, this weekend. And if you have not posted your May the 4th and your Big O in the same hashtag,
boom, I got it
I
on
am
me.
so very disappointed because there's also a Porgs of Instagram, and I need you to make sure that you are all the May the 4th things. We had a couple of cosplay people here in the house actually operating some cameras.
Yes.
So, like, big shout out. Thank you to our camera crew making it fun this
Huge
weekend.
Shout out to everybody that's bringing this game right now. It's Whiskey Smash Swole Destroyer. Getting out there. It's going to be swole. Swole. Getting swole out there with that lead. 479 in the blue. Whiskey Smash out there in the black. So that's Palouse River black. Sonoma County blue. Just in case you're trying to watch it on your phone and everything's kind of small there and you just see bodies flying around. So coming back in, going to go ahead and call off the jam. So 2-1. So once again, we're just getting these little chip away points. But regardless, clock is running. That is to the benefit of Sonoma County. So yeah, I'd really be interested to see where the math runs on this game right now. If the game just literally stopped and this was our differential in the score, how much benefit Sonoma County is going to get from this win should we continue this trend. I mean, you never know. Things could fall apart. I know we say that all the time as announcers, anything can happen. I mean, it really can. Albeit right now, I would say Sonoma County is really just playing a very consistent game out here. Foxy Trotter cracking the whip out there as our jammers.
Cracking the whip, trying to find the outside line, and does pick up lead. Looks like the blocker she hit stepped out as well, meaning she can continue on her path to picking up lead. Track cut called on Foxy Trotter, cracking the whip with lead and a power jam. Right now, 3-3 pack on the track. Cracking the whip, going to go ahead and call it off. After picking up 3 of those points, restart with the power start on the next jam.
I don't like that. I'm sorry. I'm one of those people who's willing to come onto a microphone in a live stream game and just really tell it like it is. I do not like that. Cracking the whip had some momentum. You have your lead. You have not had many opportunities to do multi-scoring runs. I mean, I really like to trust my players. Let them do their thing. Boom. Yes, you got out. You got your lead again. But you know what? You could have made that pass just a second ago, and that would have given you 4 points, not just another opportunity for lead. But they do have it. I really want to see Palouse River come in here and really take this out. Wow. Did I say the word takeout? That's just what happened, right, RPG?
Yeah.
Hot spot.
Hot spot found one, as there was a snap, crackle, and a pop as someone flew off the track.
Yeah, that's some Sonoma County takeout right there. So, here it is. So everybody's back on the floor. Foxy Trotter into the mix. Palouse River lost one of their blockers. So, this is what I'm saying right here. So Foxy Trotter out of the pack, back in. What do we get now? Finally, Megatron trying to get through, bouncing off some skaters. That just gave us 4 points. All that to get 4 points when you had the lead and you could have gone ahead and kept it rolling while the jammer was sitting in the box. And it's just little things like that, that can really change the nature of a game. RPG is one of those things. Coached for a few years. I was really proud of, my in-game strategy and how it worked, because I didn't always necessarily have, what would be on paper considered the best team on the track. But we played smart and we took advantage of the moments we had. So here we are back into it. Whiskey Smash, Louisiana Slamma. There we go. Well, nope. Whiskey Smash breaks pack first, not lead. We're going to get them points. Got a buddy coming along now, too. Wingmate slamming in. That's 2-2. Peeling off some bodies. Shark bait. And who was that?
Well, it was Louisiana Slammers called lead there, but allowing the jam to run.
Yeah.
And Louisiana Slamma actually missing a moment there because the the blocker went out as well. So recycled when she didn't necessarily have to.
Are we going to finish that? So Wow, how the body's flying around, and we're going to just keep the hands closed. Oh, nope, there it is.
It was a 4 and then a 0.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I was waiting for, was for the scoreboard and what I thought was happening in my head to match up.
Yeah. So, I mean, here we are. We are now 7:22 on the clock. We finished jam number 16. Coming into jam number 17, it's going to give us Crack of the Whip and Sonar. And Sonar just happy to stay in the middle, try to ping pong back and forth, and not able to do it, as it's going to be Crack of the Whip. Here it is. Palouse River has really been coming on strong, getting this lead. They need to do something with it. They got to make this happen for themselves. Tried to do the up and under, did not work, as Renegade able to chip Crack of the Whip out. RPG, this is breaking my coach heart right now. Absolutely breaking my coach heart.
But I will have to give it to Palouse, though. We still have 6.5 minutes left, and they've already put up as many points right now, as more points right now. They put up 38 points in this half than they did the entire first half with 6 minutes left. They are consistently getting lead more often. It's a much more even split along this line comparatively to the first half. They are getting out. They are getting lead. They are picking up some points. And yes, they may be playing that one pass game.
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, that's also how Sonoma County got the lead that they've got right now. They're not chipping away at it necessarily as fast as we would like to see, but they are getting a few of those single pass jams and chipping away at that lead.
No, I mean, they've really, I mean, big ups for turning around the nature of this lead and getting it again here. Megatron, Toe Furious out there. Megatron with the lead. Oh, and now a back block going against Megatron. Just came into the back of the pack a little too forceful. Made the contact there, as our new back block metric being called by Harley-Davidson Quinn. Yeah, though, you know, it's just, trying to get up under there was Toe Furious. Toe Furious just picking back up off, getting back into the mix. No, I am absolutely loving the change of what I've seen out of Palouse River. It's just me, you know what? I'm loving them so much. I want to see him keep doing it. Just own it 100% and say, look at what we've done. And took eyes off of the play, and there comes in Jester. You have got to keep eyes on Jester.
Well, and Megatron with the star on her helmet, skating over to medical. I think there is a bloody nose is what it looks like. So this is kind of a power jam to Toe Furious, because she can't get back out there and skate. She's bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where the jam ref is right now, but
I actually tracked, Harley Davidson Quinn over there.
But the thing is that they are not necessarily going to call it for injury, because because she's not in the middle of the track. She's not impeding gameplay. If you can get off the track, you're not stopping the jam. I mean, it's a little bit of both things there. But if you're the jammer at that point, I mean, that's a really hard position. You can't get up. You can't skate off. Do you try to get the start of the pivot before you get blood on the track? Do you just go over to medical and get checked out? I mean, that's a really hard position, but the jam ref did exactly what they are.
Track the jammer, follow them where they go.
Track the jammer, follow where they go. I lost the jam ref. She did, in fact, follow her over there, but she's not going to call off the jam if...
No, you're in a safe position. You're fine. You're on track. Yeah, see, that's an interesting question, because, I mean, yes, you cannot continue play if the player is injured. You will have to call the jam off as a result of that. I would like to go back and look and see what the rule books say about that, because I do know that, like, if you had a skater go in to the penalty box and had suffered an injury and you report to the penalty box wranglers that they're injured, you can replace that player in, the jam. You can swap them out, because you can't let, a perceived injured player going back out onto the track. It's just, you just can't do that. So, I mean, it's one of those things where, you have opportunities to, re-engage, but it isn't a common thing. I mean, I actually had this explained to me before by a very, very knowledgeable person. Of course, they were trying to use it as a little bit of a thing to kind of like remove a player from play that just was playing really badly and causing lots of problems. But that's how it works. So I'm really I'd really like to talk with some of the officials. Hey, hit us up, hit the Twitter,
And-
Go 2019.
And
Tell
I
us.
wonder if there is a casebook study on this.
Yeah.
As far as I know, I haven't heard of one. It's also, not going to lie, been a year or so since I've read through the new way that
Correct.
the rule book has been for the last couple of years. But as far as I know, as long as the skater removes themselves off of the track and is not impeding play, and to be clear and be very clear, that is also the ref lane, because refs cannot be endangered by a skater who is down either.
Yes.
The game continues.
So, yeah, that was a hard hit by Filipino, having to pick it up off the deck. Rowdy Bowdit still continuing to play as Filipino finally comes back into the mix. So we're all kind of jammed up here, bottled up all together. No real you can't really tell, what defense being played because all the bodies are close together, and it's going to be Rowdy Bowdit finally popping out the front there, grabbing that lead jammer status with 3:21 left on the clock. Yeah, I think RPG, we're going to have to go find some folks and talk about that one. What would have been a thing to do instead of having your skater be off the track for that long? Oh, multiplayer looking to grab a little bit of contact off of one of the blockers. Got touched while doing so. I've been seeing that multiplayer against jammers called a lot more now this season, I think, than I've ever seen before. I don't know if it's better awareness of it, and seeing that it's been talked about in the officials forums, but I've seen it a lot more now.
The pivot
Yeah.
for Sonoma County 777 Grits just being held, not being allowed to come rejoin her team. This time we do see a jam called off for injury for a jammer in the middle of the track.
Yeah,
So
that was that was one of those ones. You can almost say self-inflicted. I mean, just went up and under trying to pop up 7950 Renegade. I mean, literally tried to deck Renegade and get past. I mean, just put the shoulder into the chest. Renegade just stood up to it, and you can see touching the shoulder there. I mean, just got bounced to the deck. It was It's one of those rare moments you see the jammer initiate their own injury, and the blocker just passively just being there.
so glad that we have all our medics here, making
Yeah.
sure that all of our skaters, we hate to have to use our medics. They're the people that we would like to give a really good seat to right on the front of the track and never have to have them do anything but sit and enjoy the derby. But they have been fairly active this week. We've had very close, very tight, some evenly matched games, some not so much, but some very physical play either way. One of the juniors games I was on today, they were up and down, I think 7 or 8 times for different things. And you never want to say that, but they have been very, very fast to respond all weekend, and that's been great for all of our skaters.
All right, good to see. Getting up off the deck, coming back over. Looks a little woozy because, like I said, tried to do the up and under, tagged into the body of the blocker, and, you could just see it. Was expecting the blocker to move. They did not, so forward momentum of the feet was still going forward, and the upper body stopped, and so, bam, down to the ground, full body back. Looked like tagged ahead just a little bit there, so good to see a skater getting back up off the floor. Of course, they're going to have to sit out the 3. Probably not going to be an issue here, considering, things. But, yeah.
Power start for Palouse River and Whiskey Smash. Whiskey Smash following 247. Actually active through the pack, picking up the lead for Palouse River.
Yeah, Whiskey Smash really coming on strong here in the second half. Using the low angles against a lot of these blockers, not giving good body position to get hit, but that didn't really matter over in that one. Hips are hips. Finally popped through, got the points on the board. Still getting pestered right now is Rowdy Bowdit. So we have the out of play call, putting the hands up. No, I'm not touching it, so let's Rowdy Bowdit get through the pack. Whiskey Smash coming back in again. Just all those slipping and turning and spinning around backwards. So 2 points going onto the board on that last pass for Palouse River. 6 points total. One more added. 81-146. So where are we looking? So you talked about it. Palouse is essentially just absolutely, I mean, they have now doubled up their first half score here in the second half. So, I mean, how's it factored in for Sonoma County? I mean, how have they maintained, what they were doing from the first to the second? I know those leads coming for Palouse River have had to add up and make that a different manner. And there it is again. Another one, cracking the whip. Getting that lead jam status out here for Palouse River. Really loving how these jammers are attacking gameplay here in the second half for Palouse River.
Well, putting me on the spot, making me do math. So right now, you've got Sonoma County sitting at 146. They had 98 points in the first half, so they have limited them to only 48, which is about half of what they had in the first half. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. I mean, when you think about it, like I said, almost literally turning this game into 2 different games. So that's that's good. I mean, you still like to see that. So that's something you can build on if you're Palouse River. Hey, we had a problem here in the first. We kind of lost our focus getting our lead. They recalibrated. They came out here in the second half. The Jammers took a good attack. They started getting that lead. Now I think the next step they're going to have to take is, so when you get that lead, how can we turn this into some instant points? So we got everybody in the middle here. We got some talking going on. We have a timeout, freezing the clock. So yeah, both teams, still they had their timeouts. They could stop the clock here. I always like seeing teams that carry their timeouts into the second half. We got a few fans out here talking to their teams. Good to hear that in the crowd. It's not just the folks from other games that watching games. You actually have some friends here to see what's happening. So here we go. Foxy Trotter out there for Sonoma. Going to go back again to Whiskey Smash. Sonoma got their blockers coming back onto the track. So down blockers. Oh, did get the hips pass there at the end, but got up and undered and sent off to the outside of the track. So in control now is Sonoma. But it's Whiskey Smash out first to really clear the back. And there's our clock. Goes down to the zeros. Calls off the jam. So yeah, this really, 146-84 is a fascinating game, RPG. I mean, it was kind of a fascinating game, and we saw incredible defense to start it. Then we had a good streak by Sonoma County, who just kind of really methodically just, put points on the board, extended it. Took one big hit there, of points to kind of really press the advantage out further. Went to half, and it totally changed the game. I mean, this game just completely turned around. Both teams taking some jammer penalties, that being obviously a big thing, but it was 5 for one team, 4 for another, so that kind of evening out in the second half, which also was a big part of us kind of seeing that score even out between the two. But Palouse River definitely doing a better time with doing a better time in the second half, really sitting down, calming down, kind of getting lead more often, being able to take advantage of that. Sonoma County, but still playing their game.
Yeah, and there we go. So we have Sonoma County putting up the victory bridge for Palouse River. Sonoma County happy to come in here, driving up the differential there and getting the win. So good job, Sonoma County. Hope to see you again, Palouse River. I'm Speaker of the House.
And I am RPG. Thanks for joining us.